I'm beyond excited to have my next guest join us. Their latest EP is called Assisted Memories, the fine folks of Night Tapes. Welcome, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Very, very well.
Yes.
We're very pumped for tonight. Let's go.
Yes. Max, Iris, and Richie, I am a big fan of your music. This is your debut tour of the US and only in select cities. So I'm very grateful to be in your presence right now in Los Angeles, California, one of the few cities that you've chosen to perform at. So how has it been so far as a collective being in the US playing this music?
I mean, it's kind of always been, since we started, we had an idea that everybody was out here in the US. So it's kind of a dream come true, to be honest, to finally be here. Because it happened during kind of lockdown and COVID. We knew that we needed to get out here. So it's been a long sort of journey.
It's been really lovely to see our peeps. Yeah, it's been a wonderful time of blissful celebration every gig. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah. Max, what has it been like to see the people react as opposed to just comments in the on social media or
It definitely feels
love
more
letters
real.
and those kind of things?
Yeah, it feels a lot more like real when people are singing the lyrics back to you. That's quite a surreal moment when we wrote something in our bedroom and then we're playing it in New York and people are singing it back. It's quite surreal.
Listen to yourself say that, right? People in New York. When you were writing this in your bedroom and living together and thinking, okay, this is just for fun. Let's just see what it sounds like. And in these big cities, you have really connected with people. What has been like a memorable reaction thus far? Or interaction with?
Someone came up in San Francisco actually and said that they had just had like 2 back surgeries and were like laid up in hospital for months, and they heard In Polyamber, and that song really helped them through that time. That really stuck with me. It's like quite an amazing thing to hear.
Wow. That's really touching.
Yeah.
It's really deep as well.
That song is about chronic pain as well, so it's kind of
right.
It's quite amazing that it's like connecting to people on that level as well and helping them, you know.
With regards to that song, where did it start and how did it come to fruition? Because it did touch people.
That song was really like personal because it was kind of written about the chronic pain I was suffering through about 2.5 years. I had chronic pain in both my wrists and really struggled to make music.
And like everything you love was connected to your wrists, like climbing and table tennis and music and
I use my hands.
everything.
Yeah, I couldn't use my hands for really anything. I couldn't
Wow.
use the computer. I couldn't use a phone. It was painful all day, every day, and yeah, it was like kind of hopeless as well. And so that song was like that song was actually written about me coming out of that time and kind of trying to adjust to a reality where things weren't always punctuated with pain, and trying to construct a new kind of a new way of living without the pain. And I think it's really important to know if you are going through chronic pain that there is a way out, that it can end, because when you're going through it, it just feels like it's going to last forever.
Because it's kind of amazing that you don't have it now, or I don't know, like do you still get like bouts where you're like, is this happening again? Or
No, I'm honestly not in the same way. Like, I was on medication as well through that whole time, so I was also just numbed out. So it was a really like intense time. But no, I was really helped by, I don't know how far we want to go into this. I could talk about this for a long time.
This is really interesting.
I was really, maybe it's useful for someone to hear this.
Yeah.
But I was really helped by a book by Dr. Sarno called The Mind-Body Prescription. And I have several friends who are musicians who also suffer from chronic pain. It seems to be kind of common amongst artists or sensitive people in general. They can suffer with chronic pain. Anyway, a friend of mine recommended me this book, and the second time I read it, it really, really helped me. And reading the testimonials of other people going through pain, it's a shared experience, you know.
because you had also gone through all the tests and you've done.
I'd gone through
all
it.
the-
Yeah. I'd gone through every test there was and tried everything. So this was the last thing I had to try, and I knew I had to come off the medication because I had to keep upping the doses for it to work, and I was just getting deeper and deeper into this like addiction to the prescription medicine. So it was it was the last chance I had to get out of it, and like it really, really helped me. So I'd recommend that book to anybody who's struggling with chronic pain.
It's just amazing that you've been able to temper it and get out of it and recover.
Yeah.
Did they find the source? Is there any way
Well,
for someone that may be
yeah,
hearing
well,
this
I
that
mean,
avoid?
The really what the book goes into is about the link between the subconscious and the conscious mind, and how the subconscious mind is affecting our body all the time, and kind of can work under the surface and kind of create pains, and it's basically trying to realize something. It's trying to get your attention. And the way it did that for me was stopping me from interfacing with the world through my hands, which is the main way that I was doing anything, music, So I was forced to address the pain and learn about myself. And yeah, honestly, it was like a real journey.
Yeah.
Because I guess like the prescription as well, like it was like for a certain thing, so you could learn from the prescription.
Yeah, I learned that for me, the chronic pain was really linked to anxiety. So I was taking like anti-anxiety medication. And when I came off the anti-anxiety medication, I was having like almost like panic attacks, like really intense, like feelings of like, like in my stomach. I was just feeling real like guttural anxiety. And when I was feeling those feelings, I didn't feel chronic pain in my wrists. So I realized that there was a link, and if I could feel the anxiety in my stomach, I wasn't feeling it in my wrist. I was like, I know that there's not something actually like broken with my body. There's something else going on here, and understanding the link between the link between the subconscious and the conscious was a really powerful tool.
Yeah.
And it's a tool that's applicable throughout everything, like in your body, and it's just a testament to the power of the mind, really.
Yeah. I think a lot of people in the US could probably really learn from this, because there's been a lot of anxiety going on based on the whole November elections and things like that. And who knows what that may spawn
absolutely.
After down the line.
Oh, there's all kinds of sneaky things that can come from that.
Yeah, we're all feeling things.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, and if you're not letting yourself feel, or nowadays, so you can just like endlessly, go into any kind of action, just endlessly. Like you don't have to feel if you don't take time for it, but then pain or like it'll the feelings will just want to be felt, and because you're not going to change anything if you don't feel it.
Right. Yeah, this has been a really intense way to start a conversation and meet you guys.
You did ask.
So I did ask, that's right. So on a happier note, what's your table?
What's your favorite color?
On a happier note, what's your table tennis score nowadays?
Good. Take it.
Still terrible.
I'll take anyone on the table. I'll take you.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's Olympic worthy.
In the pandemic, we all lived together, and we built a table tennis table in the back garden. Me and Richie used to play every single day.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how we got through the pandemic.
Interesting.
Music and table tennis.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, because it's not that uncommon nowadays for bands to live together and just hang out, but then also be so comfortable to be able to be inspired at any moment. Hey guys, I just wrote something, let's try this out. Was that like that for you early on?
It still is now, really.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even last night we've been writing kind of more songs that we've been taking around the little studio setup, and kind of got late into our hotel in LA, but there was kind of a balcony looking out over Hollywood. Just started writing, and Max had an idea from, I don't know, like a couple of months ago. And I think we tend to save these ideas for the kind of right moment, where either me or Iris will hear it, or Max and Iris will kind of hear it and engage with it on like a kind of immediate level. And when that's timed right, it happens really easily, because we kind of, it's quite hard sometimes to finish an idea when you're on your own, because you kind of get the doubts about 2/3 of the way in. And like the amount I kind of trust Max and Iris to sort of have the best ideas or the right approaches, it's kind of like such a team effort, really. It's not on one of us to have to do everything.
Yeah. With this latest EP, this is very much a reflective project, a piece of work. Where did that start? Because living together, and especially through the pandemic and going through what you went through, I feel like that it kind of sounds like an organic process with regarding the lyrics and the reflective nature of it.
I think with this assisted memories, we were making the songs, and by the time that the collection of songs were done, that's when we could understand like what it was. We like to like go into the exploration of what is going on and not knowing the outcome and then the outcome will reveal itself.
Yeah, it doesn't have to make sense when you're
No.
making it.
Yeah.
But then you did realize subconsciously we were effectively, at least lyrically, you were kind of writing the experience you had from moving to the UK, and that process kind of, as it progresses through the songs, I know you had that kind of realization, and that was something then, once we'd pinpointed it, we could kind of write towards that and make it more cohesive.
Yeah, because I think I moved to the UK from Estonia, from this small country under Finland, and I guess it was a really intense time. And at the time when it was really intense, I couldn't really write about it.
Yeah.
And only once I had felt like I had found home or found roots, that's when I could express all the things that were probably hiding somewhere in those years.
You've been making music for quite a long time.
We all have been, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, individually, right? But in particular, you were, I think, really gaining some traction and momentum earlier on in your career, and then it kind of stabilized for a little bit, and then you got this reburst of energy and inspiration. How was London a part of that?
Well, oh God, London was a big catalyst for me to change, but. Yeah, I had a career going on in Estonia, and then I decided that I wanted to try it out in London, and a big city will make you live with people, and make you change.
Well, in what regards?
But I think in that way is that well, yeah, it's coming from a small place. You're going to a bigger place. You get to meet a lot of lovely different people. I've really enjoyed just a current of information and a current of diverse people to interact with. I really love it. And also, but yeah, it did eat me up for a while, the London whole thing. Like I got too scared, and like in terms of like, living in a big city is you need to pay your bills and all that stuff. So it did eat me up for a little bit, and then I had to come out of it and find better structures that would work for me, so I could not be depressed.
Do you think that it was kind of the excitement of moving to London, England, that you got caught up in, and kind of the lifestyle or whatever circles you were running in?
No. In terms of no, I moved to London because Bjork lived in London, and she made all her cool she was really accepted in London, and she's always been like a beacon of light for me. And then when I came to London, I just had no idea about kind of how to live as a person, I guess, like in the world, and that you need to make money and to eat and take care of yourself. So in that ways, I just it was just a learning curve of how to take care of myself, I think. I guess.
When you met Max and Richie and sort of working together and so forth, what was a common bond that made it that easy for you guys to not only live together but then work together?
I mean,
Well, we met through music.
yeah.
So it was from the very beginning, we've kind of had that connection. Me and Richie played in bands growing up, and Iris I met in the practice rooms. We were just playing piano together, and then it ended up writing songs together.
Yeah, because we went to uni together. I came to study pop music in London, and then I met Max in London, and Richie is one of the best friends. Studied jazz.
Richie was up
Get
north.
it all away. Yeah. Play dream pop in a weird tuning.
So now that you have been together as a collective and touring the US and doing these shows and things like that, how has that affected the bond for you guys? I would think that it has not only solidified it, but then taken it to a new level and inspired you even more.
I mean, certainly musically, it resonates. It's kind of interesting in the UK, I think, a lot of when we write, or at least I write personally, it's kind of with this environment in mind, like with kind of that expansiveness that America has. So to be here and actually make music in that environment, it's like going to like Italy and having pizza. It's kind of, it really feels more focused, and it's a very exciting, inspiring place to kind of write
Mm.
and just be in, really. And especially with like kind of like people you've lived with for so long, it's just amazing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, the axioms of our band is to have a lovely time. If the vibes are not good between people, then you can have a lot of like ambition or whatever. But like in the end, what really matters is that that you keep the vibes good and that you get to work with people you really connect with and have a good time. And then it doesn't matter what the outcome is. At least you're gonna have a lovely process. And also, it seems like a more a supported process, that it doesn't have to be hard the whole journey. It can, if you're having enough support, then you can have a held process that yields good results, because order will bring harvest, and I think good vibes will bring good outcomes.
Well, it's clearly bringing good outcomes. You guys have gotten a good groundswell of fans throughout this process of making the 3 EPs so far and these shows that people are reacting to. Waterfall is one of my favorites.
Thanks.
And I understand that that's an interesting song with you guys as well. Well, where did that start?
Waterfall started just as like a guitar, like a singer-songwriter song almost. I mean, it started with the guitar and the beat. God, it feels like so long ago that we made that song. But I had the instrumental for a while, actually, I should say. The instrumental was done first. And I was just listening to the instrumental over and over and over again. And then, yeah, I'm the slowest lyric writer in the world. Like, I probably write one song a year. And that song took so long for me to write the lyrics for, because I felt like it was a really ambitious thing to write. I don't know. I end up really trying to tackle really like big subjects in my lyrics, and that's why I'm so slow. But I was trying to encapsulate love, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, we're very lucky like that we all write songs. Like Waterfall was brought into the group by Max. Richie brought Drifting one day.
Yeah.
We all got really hyped.
We did that in like one session.
Yeah, because
Wow.
we were just so hyped about it. Yeah, you just made that on your...
Yeah, I just moved houses and I had like just my guitar and the keyboard and one laptop and not even a desk. So
Wow.
I made it with the laptop and the keyboard, and the bass just basically sat on a chair. Well, like my girlfriend was effectively moving everything in, and I'm like, I promise. I promise.
Don't worry, I'll help
think
you with the
this is really
sofa.
good.
It was on the banister, wasn't it?
Yeah.
His Juno was like resting on the banister.
So hopefully she forgives me for that. But
Yeah. You just mentioned that you wrote a song just day or whatever last night.
Yeah, last night
And
we
all
wrote a
that.
song.
So are you working on another project of some sort?
We're working on an album now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're working on a full length album. And yeah, this song we just wrote is probably going to end up on there. We've got so many little, like, we've been exploring in many different directions for this project. And now we're at the stage of just trying to link it all together, make it make sense, like in a cohesive way.
Mm-hmm. Is it going to be consistent with the sounds of Assisted Memories and the past EPs?
You'll recognize that it's Night Tapes, but we're also going to new places.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a journey. I think it kind of, so far at least, it seems to like weave its place through all the previous work we've done, kind of bringing on other new bits and pieces. I think we find it quite hard to be like static. Like we've always got new textures we're excited about, new ideas and things. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Amazing. So Richie's going to be rapping.
Yeah.
Max will be beatboxing.
Yeah.
I guess whatever it is, it's gonna be dreamy.
Yes.
Yeah, the feeling should
Oh, the
remain.
feeling's the
Yeah,
same.
there's a feeling that we're
There
trying
will
to
be a Night
encapsulate.
Tapes vibe to it
Yeah.
all
Oh, yeah,
once it's
don't
all
worry,
said
yeah.
and done. No, I appreciate that. Wow, that's so exciting to hear. I'm a big fan of your music, and I really appreciate the time for the chat.
Thank you
Oh,
so
no,
much.
thank you, man.
Thank
really,
you for,
really good chat. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for like going deep straight.
No, for sure, for sure. And so great to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah, welcome to
Nice.
America.
Hey.
It's the lovely folks of Night Tapes right here on B-Sides.